Hey everyone. Welcome back to the Soul Harmony channel. Hope you're all doing amazing today. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Snow falls, cloaking Winterfield in white, as Detective Iris Calder arrives. The idyllic town is eerily silent. Deputy Mark Harlan waits, his face grim, worry etched deep, as the detective's car crunches to a halt. The wind howls, a chilling symphony through snow-laden trees, hinting at secrets hidden deep within. An unsettling quiet blankets the picturesque scene, promising darkness beneath Winterfield's beauty. Detective Calder steps out into the biting cold, her gaze fixed on the deputy's troubled expression. Floodlights split the night, revealing Winterfield Farm in a ghostly glow, an unsettling tableau against the dark. A figure dangles lifelessly from a post, a scarecrow mockery, positioned at the heart of the desolate field. Eli Morton hangs suspended, the scarecrow costume's details twisting the rustic scene into something macabre. Iris and Mark cautiously step forward, their breaths clouding in the frigid air, eyes fixed on the horror. The eerie tableau sends shivers down their spines. The scarecrow, a grim sentinel in the winter's grip. The air is thick with dread, the silence amplifying the grotesque spectacle before Iris and Mark. Dim light casts long shadows across the Morton farmhouse, dust motes swirling in the gloom. A cold despair permeates the air, seeping from the grimy walls. Iris sits opposite Hannah Morton, notepad in hand, observing. Hannah is pale, her eyes wide with a raw, unfocused fear. He said someone was watching him. Hannah whispers, her voice trembling. Under the dim moonlight, Iris surveys the endless cornfield, its stalks standing like silent, watchful sentinels. The wind whispers through the corn, seeming to carry her name as she shines her flashlight into the dark. A scarecrow's head slowly turns, its empty eyes following her every move in the stillness of the night. With a soft thud, the scarecrow falls lifelessly from its post, landing on the dry earth. Dawn's weak light reveals dust motes dancing in old Jeremiah Pike's shack, the air thick with earth and decay, shelves grown with dusty artifacts, witnesses to forgotten memories. Iris stands amidst the clutter, facing Jeremiah Pike, his eyes holding a lifetime of secrets. Jeremiah Pike leans on his gnarled walking stick, his gaze distant, lost in time. Ezekiel Crow. They called him a thief, the old man rasps, his voice echoing in the silent shack. Lies. All lies. Sunlight floods the Morton farmhouse, illuminating dust and unspoken tension between Iris and Mark. Photographs and documents litter the table, silent witnesses to a brewing storm. Iris confronts Mark, her voice tight with conviction. Eli was investigating Hannah, Mark. I have proof. Hannah's serene entry cuts through the tension, her presence a stark contrast to the gravity of the moment. A chilling confession escapes Hannah's lips. I scared him. I knew the scarecrow would finish the job. The Morton farmhouse stands bathed in the stark light of day, a silent testament to secrets buried deep within its walls. A scarecrow looms ominously outside a window, its burlap face a mask of unsettling vigilance. The scarecrow's gaze seems to penetrate the glass, its presence a silent accusation. Hannah's voice trembles, a whispered confession escaping her lips. He knows I lied. Her eyes dart nervously, reflecting the growing dread that consumes her as the truth threatens to unravel. The farmhouse looms behind her, a silent witness to the unfolding drama. Iris and Mark burst into the cornfield, the stalks towering over them like silent witnesses. Hannah thrashes wildly as the scarecrow drags her deeper into the rustling corn. Her desperate screams are muffled, swallowed by the dense, whispering leaves around her. The corn ripples ominously behind them, as if the field itself is alive and closing in. Iris and Mark burst into the old barn, the heavy door slamming shut behind them. Dust motes dance in the cold air as Iris loads her gun with grim resolve. Mark's voice cracks with fear. We can't fight that thing, Iris retorts, her voice firm. I need to understand it. Dusty light filters into the barn as Iris sifts through forgotten tools, her questing hand seeking a hidden truth, her fingers close on coarse burlap. She pulls out a mask, a rotted twin of the scarecrow's grim visage. A chilling whisper winds through the barn, a disembodied voice invading the silence. Narration. You seek truth, yet hid your own. Iris Calder. Mark turns sharply, his eyes narrowed, suspicion etched deep into his gaze. The mask hangs limply in Iris's hand, a silent accusation in the dim, oppressive air of the barn. Inside the barn, shadows stretch long as the scarecrow's straw fingers creep under the door. The old wood of the barn door begins to splinter, protesting against the unseen force. A slow, deliberate pressure, and the door groans louder, about to give way. A sinister voice echoes, the scarecrow's words dripping with veiled threat. Everyone hides something, detective. Even you. The splintering intensifies as the scarecrow's presence looms ever closer. Inside the dim barn, Iris raises her gun, its metallic surface gleaming in the faint light. Her voice echoes through the barn as she commands, "Stop!" A confession spills out, raw and heavy with guilt. To save my sister, I hid evidence, Iris admits, her voice shaking. She reveals a devastating truth. Someone innocent went to prison. Inside the barn, Mark's eyes widen, filled with disbelief as the air crackles with an otherworldly energy. The scarecrow slowly tilts its head, a silent, unnerving gesture that sends a chill through the barn. Iris, her voice heavy with regret, confesses, I buried the truth, and now it's come back. The scarecrow's voice echoes, laced with an unnatural resonance. Confession. Accepted. Mark stares at the scarecrow, fear gripping him as he realizes the gravity of Iris's words. Winterfield Farm is a desolate tableau, yellow police tape fluttering in the wind. Barren fields stretch under a heavy, oppressive gray sky, a silent testament to Hannah's disappearance. Mark stands near the farmhouse, his face etched with frustration and resignation. He closes the case file, marking it undetermined cause of death, a bleak end to unanswered questions. Iris arrives at her apartment, the dim porch light casting long shadows. A mysterious package sits silently on the porch, its lack of sender information heightening the tension. A flicker of apprehension crosses Iris's face. She hesitates for a moment, her eyes fixed on the enigmatic package. With a deep breath, Iris bends down to pick up the package, the unknown now in her hands. Inside her apartment, Iris carefully unwraps a package, her curiosity piqued by its mysterious contents. A small burlap doll emerges, its straw hands and button eyes hinting at something ancient and unsettling. Suspended from the doll's neck, a note bears a cryptic warning, its words etched in faded ink. Truth must stay tended, or the field will wake again. EC, the note warns, stirring a sense of foreboding in Iris. Inside her apartment, Iris shivers, goosebumps rising on her arms as a sudden chill fills the room. She turns towards the window, her gaze fixed on something unseen, a storm brewing in her eyes. Fear and quiet resignation mingle on her face, a mask of someone bracing for the inevitable. The unseen presence outside mirrors the turmoil within, a silent promise of what is to come. Snow falls softly on Iris's apartment, cloaking the night in a silent, watchful mystery. A subtle rustling breaks the stillness, hinting at an unseen presence lurking nearby. The camera shifts to a distant field, where secrets stir beneath the snow-laden ground. An ominous patience settles over the scene, suggesting the scarecrow's inevitable return. In the sterile police station, sunlight illuminates dust motes as Iris faces the police chief's desk, resignation in hand. The quiet hum of the office underscores the gravity of her decision. A letter of resignation wavers slightly in Iris's hand, a silent testament to her choice. I'm disappointed, Iris, but I understand, the police chief says, his voice a mix of regret and acceptance. Fluorescent lights buzz in the sterile prison visiting area, casting long shadows and highlighting the palpable tension. Iris sits opposite her sister, the cold table a stark divide between their worlds, laden with unspoken regrets. Worry etches deep lines on Iris's face, mirroring the heavy atmosphere of confinement and sorrow. Her sister's prison jumpsuit hangs loosely, a visible symbol of lost freedom and a life on hold. The air is thick with the weight of past mistakes, creating an oppressive and regret-filled environment. A flashback to Winterfield Town Square. A wave of shouts and jeers rips through the air. The square is a vortex of chaotic energy, a sea of bodies pressing together, faces contorted with a frightening blend of fear and raw anger. The mob's collective animosity focuses on a solitary figure. In the heart of the square, the lone figure faces the menacing crowd. In a desolate, windswept field, the townsfolk bind Ezekiel Crow to a weathered post, their faces grim and unyielding. Rough hands force straw down his throat, a brutal act stripping him of his humanity. They dress him in tattered clothes, transforming him into a grotesque scarecrow, a symbol of their scorn. The scarecrow is complete, a horrifying effigy of a life condemned. Abandoned in the desolate field, Ezekiel faces a slow, agonizing death, a stark testament to the town's unforgiving judgment. Jeremiah Pike's shack is dimly lit, shadows dancing across stacks of books and strange artifacts, each whispering forgotten secrets. Jeremiah Pike, etched with age and unspoken truths, sits hunched, the weight of the town's history heavy on his shoulders. His aged eyes hold a spark of knowing as he carefully turns a page of the dusty tome, each movement slow and deliberate, hinting at the profound knowledge hidden within the ancient pages. Under the watchful gaze of the full moon, an endless cornfield stretches into the darkness. The wind whispers secrets through the rustling corn stalks, creating an unsettling symphony. Ethereal moonlight casts long, dancing shadows, turning the familiar field into a ghostly expanse. An eerie soundscape fills the air, each rustle and sway adding to the night's unsettling aura. The weathered sign creaks, "Welcome to Winterfield." Its cheerful message now a haunting echo of a forgotten promise. A seemingly peaceful town basks in the daylight, yet shadows stretch long and deep, hinting at hidden secrets. The air is still, but a palpable darkness lingers, a silent warning carried on the winter wind. Houses stand in quiet rows, their windows like eyes that have seen too much, guarding the town's hidden truths. Even the sunlight seems hesitant, unable to fully penetrate the gloom that clings to Winterfield's edges. Winterfield awaits, its beauty masking a sinister undercurrent, promising an encounter with the unknown.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share.